Hey, you, come here. I heard you want to learn about reselling. Well, hello, that's what I'm here for, baby. We're going to get you started. I've got top 10 things every reseller should think of before they ever post anything to sell on eBay. If you don't know who I am, I'm Rio, a Rio B seller. I am a top-rated performer on eBay. I've only been with eBay since November of 2024. I've sold over 1,800 items. I have positive feedback out the wazoo. I'll put some numbers up here. I'm doing great. So I just thought I'd share the information. So here's my list. Let's get right into it. No reason to waste time. 10 smart things to do before you ever think about starting your eBay. So the most important thing is study the platform. Or it doesn't have to be eBay, it could be Mercari or all of the other reselling apps, whatnot, whatever it is. Study. Don't just browse it. Research it. Kind of spend time learning how the platform works. In this case, eBay. Learn how eBay works. Learn the difference between doing an auction versus a buy it now. You're looking at research on how you can look at the sold listings or any type of active listings and how you compare your rates to what's active versus what's sold. Do research into what the promoted listings are, how they affect you, if they're really needed. eBay has great information on all this stuff. They have a great customer portal. They probably never pick up the phone like you want them to. So their information portal of questions that are automated. They do have an AI option also, and they can usually answer most of your questions. You want to look at seller levels and performance standards, because as you sell, you're going to want to set goals for yourself to see where you levitate to. So I am doing well in that aspect, but you didn't ask about me. Well, let's stay focused. So the seller levels and performance standards. This way you actually look at how you're performing. And eBay has all type of standards that they'll let you know, how do you get to this level? How do you get to the next level? So that was number one, study the platform. Number two, research profitable niches. So don't try to sell everything at once, right? It's really, if you are opening eBay for like a business, start in a niche. Like for me, for example, I started with big and tall. Big and tall worked for me because that was since I already had a mobile consignment shop that was big and tall, it kind of worked that I already had the inventory. So I was able to transition from doing physical events to moving toward online items. So that worked for me. I mean, I'm maybe a year and a half later, only now am I trying to get into other departments, meaning other types of clothing, some women clothing, some children clothing. I've only recently started doing that. So I always suggest starting with a niche just so you can kind of master the niche and be specific, because it kind of sets you apart from the rest. And it helps you with building a fan base or a customer base, really. It helps you build a customer base, and they're always looking for things that you provide. So it's a beautiful thing to have some type of niche. you can research the profitable niches. And if you're, say, for me, I did big and tall clothing, but I realized that not all Nike was the same as all Under Armour, or vice versa. It just didn't work that way. I just had to experience a little more and to understand how well, I guess not industry, but how the market was regarding those, because in those categories also there's a plethora of it, right? There is a lot of Nike, a lot of Under Armour. There's just so much of it. And when you have a marketplace as huge as eBay with millions of people, sometimes your listings can get lost in the sauce pretty much. So just keep that in mind. Just research the profitable niches before you start. The next thing is, so that was number 2. So number 3 is calculate your true profit margins. So when you're buying inventory, when you are sourcing inventory, when you are out thrifting or just finding new items that to sell, you have to think before you buy it, is it going to be profitable after you take out eBay's fees, which is typically about, could be 5 to 10%, could be more, shipping costs, packing supplies, and time invested. You have to think about this when you buy something. It's a lot of people refer to it as ROI, or return on investment. If you can't make at least $10 to $15 profit per item, or 30% plus with your ROI, you need to reconsider buying that item. Now, a lot of things for me, I realize the fees that come with it. So if I know I'll have at least $10 in fees, I need to make sure that my profit will be minus the $10 in fees, and my profit is going to be above my $20 mark. I try to make everything I sell a profit of $20, but hey, you know, sometimes you have your bread and butter that you may not make it, but that's just the goal, right? That is a goal that I set for myself with all the new things that I've been buying. So calculating that true profit margin is my third item on the list. So number 4, if you don't have the money to go out and source so early, get practice with starting with what you already have, right? You may have a pair of jeans, you may have a shirt around the house, some old shoes you don't wear. You may have to, just create a way to kind of practice listing the item, and you get some feedback from customers. You can teach yourself on how to list items. You can learn what it takes to actually ship something out, and it costs you nothing really up front. You're just going in your closet, taking pictures, creating a listing on eBay, and then posting it and hoping it sells. So low risk with higher earning value, right? Because in higher learning value, I should say, because you're learning more on how to maneuver, even though you haven't done it before. So it's a great learning lesson, and it just builds character. It builds great character as an eBay seller. So it's very important, I think, personally. So just try it, really. So for the next one, so number 5, set a budget and stick to it. So before you start, I guess, create an eBay store, or not even a store, just an eBay page, right? If you're going out and buying inventory, I'd say create a budget. Create a budget on how much money you want to spend to buy or source your inventory. You can get inventory from wherever you can buy it. So it can be from thrift shops, Goodwills, thrift stores, secondhand stores, whatever you want to call them. Have a budget before you start getting all of this inventory to get listed. It's just very important to kind of money manage, because you can get into the slippery slope of a dead pile, and you don't want to run into that. It just is exactly what it sounds like. Is a big pile that's just dead. You buy all this stuff, you put it in the pile, and you're like, I'll get back to it later. You never get to it. It's just there. So you got to be conscious of that, because that stuff matters, and it'll grow into a problem if you don't address it. So sometimes the budget, once you've spent so much money, you say, I'm not buying anything else. I'm going to list everything I have before moving forward. And that way you kind of make sure you don't overspend or create a bad habit of overspending and not listing. So it's very important. The next thing I would think is number 6. Learn shipping before you list. Before you list anything, learn the best way to ship. I do all USPS. Ground Advantage normally gets everywhere from 2 to 4 business days, but it depends on where you are. I have a lot of post offices around me, so I'm able to access a post office no matter where I'm going, whether I'm going up the street, around the corner, to work every day. It's very simple to get to, so I use USPS. Now, there are some companies like UPS, FedEx, they have flat rates. You are more than welcome to use those, but I definitely say make sure you understand which shipping company is the best for you and is accessible for you. You also learning as far as how to measure packages, estimating the weight of those packages. It's very important to also get a scale and like a measuring tape, just so you can measure your packages before they go out the door. You have to do that anyway to send anything out for eBay. So it's very important. Okay. So that's my number 6. Learn the shipping before you list. So shipping mistakes eat profits very fast. If you, let's say you thought something was only going to be 5 pounds and it actually weighed like 10 pounds. Well, what you'll find out is that money for shipping is going to come out of your profit. So just be wary of that. It's very important. Number 7, create a simple time management plan. So since many resellers are part-time, you have to figure out a way, how in the world will I create a time management schedule so I'm able to still list things, still able to post items, still able to do my inventory, still able to do sourcing. I'm going to create a separate video for this that is about time management for a part-time reseller with a full-time job. But for just quick things, I would block off listing days, block off sourcing days, maybe an hour a day. I would take batch photos, so do all of my photos at one time and then post accordingly per day, a few items per day. Consistency wins all day. The more you get used to it, the more you get used to creating a schedule, the more you are constantly listing, you get more comfortable with it. So it's just important to create a time management plan. And if you don't have a family schedule or some type of family calendar where you can schedule in that time so nobody bothers you during that time at this big age, it's time to get one. It is very important. It is the only thing that saves my life and allows me to continue, to be honest. So number 8, this is one I hate. Not hate. Hate is a strong word, but I don't like. Understanding returns and customer service. The truth of the matter is you're going to get returns, but how you receive those returns is important. Now, me, I don't do free returns, but that's why I'm not the top rated performer, or what is it? A top rated performance plus person, because I don't do free returns. I allow returns for 60 days, up to 30 days, but they have to pay for returns. I don't have as many returns because people realize they have to pay for them, but I do get returns. It's okay. I've accepted it. It happens. It's a part of any business. You have to know that sometimes people just won't like what you sold. So it's totally fine. You'll get over it, right? The lowball. So a lot of times, a lot of people will lowball you or send you offers that are really low. Don't fall victim to thinking, oh my gosh, I got to get this sale. I need to sell this way lower than what I was expecting. So I learned the hard way earlier on that a sale is not the only thing that is, it's not the most important thing in your life, because I thought I need to get sales. I need to get sales. So accept low offers. But if anybody offers me any amount, just go ahead and take it so I can have some sales. Not realizing if you just wait, stand firm in your price, and just wait till the moment comes and the right buyer will buy it. Mostly the stuff will sell. It just needs the right buyer to get in there and buy it. So it's a part of it. It's all a part of it. You will have complaints too. So the complaints, they will come. A lot of complaints I have got, if I've gotten any complaints, it's just when USPS is like a package going to, maybe I'm in North Carolina, so a package going to Georgia ended up in like Nevada. And the customer responded to me like, hey, what's going on with my package? Well, with USPS, you have like 7 days you have to wait 7 days to submit a missing file claim. So once the 7 days passed, I was able to submit the missing claim. And then once they realized they couldn't find the package, they refunded me. I refunded the complaint. I mean, the customer. But you know, it's a part of it. You're trusting USPS to do what they're supposed to do, or whatever shipping company it is to do what they're supposed to do. As long as I got the package in the mail to them, it's out of my hands. So I try to just be understanding, empathetic. I try to always respond within 24 hours to any customer, just to let them know that I am working on any type of problem, and I'm always willing to provide the best customer service I can if it's something in my control. So that's very important. So professional communication protects your account health, right? Because if you're constantly reaching out to customers when something's wrong, or if you see when you're packaging up something, you don't see something doesn't look right, I always reach out to the customer. I've had to cancel orders when something wasn't above my standard, and above my standard mean Means maybe I missed something when I was packaging it up in a Ziploc bag. Maybe there was a stain I didn't see. If something's not right, I'll send a message to them. Look, I don't like the way this looks. So before you receive it, not as it was, I want to go ahead and cancel the order. Or if you think you still want it, maybe I need to just cancel it and maybe give you a discount for the future. Something to make it right. So that's just my goal. That's for understanding returns and customer service. You know, things happen. Just be courteous with whatever you do. So now that you've got all that stuff out of the way, you got to set up your basic business systems. So even if it's small, you have to figure out a way to track inventory, track some type of inventory system to where if it's not being sold that day, you're able to come back to it and you're able to access it, or you know where it's stored so you can get to it somehow. Make sure you got something for receipts, because you will have to do taxes on the stuff at the end of the year. If you make enough money, you do. And then I just started a simple inventory systems for my tops and pants, and then that way it's like T101, T102, that you know, just something simple, because organization now prevents chaos a little later. So it's like if you get it together up front, when you start realizing, oh, I'm accumulating more than a few items, maybe I need to start some type of inventory system. So when I create an order, you can put in a custom SKU, and that way when it sells, you can look for the custom SKU on the order and you can go to it in your inventory and pull the item. It's very helpful. It's very helpful. And the last item for today, define your why. Why you're doing it. Because whatever your why is going to be the reason you're being consistent, the reason you're being persistent, the reason you're working to be better. It's going to be the reason you are working when no one else is working. It's going to be the reason you're disciplined. It's going to be the reason you are chasing everything, right? And this can be anything. It can be, I want to do it to build some extra income. I want to do it to pay out some extra debt. I want to do it to try to scale from being part-time to go full-time, which is, in my case, I want to go full-time. But, you know, it's a journey, right? But clarity keeps you disciplined when sales slow down, because there will be slow days, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be working if the slow days happen. And that's really it. Those are my top 10 things. I hope this helps, right? I hope this helps whoever out there is just starting, trying to get a better idea of what's even needed, where to start, where to begin. But there you have it. Thanks. Catch you on the next video. If you see any of my other videos, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.